It always seems impossible until it's done. If you talk to a man in a language he understands, that goes to his head. If you talk to him in his language, that goes to his heart. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Let there be work, bread, water and salt for all. There is no passion to be found playing small, in settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living. It is better to lead from behind and to put others in front, especially when you celebrate victory when nice things occur. You take the front line when there is danger. Then people will appreciate your leadership. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. After climbing a great hill, one only finds that there are many more hills to climb. Money won't create success, the freedom to make it will. There can be no keener revelation of a society's soul than the way in which it treats its children. Never, never and never again shall it be that this beautiful land will again experience the oppression of one by another. For to be free is not merely to cast off one's chains, but to live in a way that respects and enhances the freedom of others. A good head and a good heart are always a formidable combination. As long as poverty, injustice and gross inequality persist in our world, none of us can truly rest. Where globalization means, as it so often does, that the rich and powerful now have new means to further enrich and empower themselves at the cost of the poorer and weaker, we have a responsibility to protest in the name of universal freedom. To deny people their human rights is to challenge their very humanity. Let freedom reign. The sun never set on so glorious a human achievement. If you want to make peace with your enemy, you have to work with your enemy. Then he becomes your partner. A good leader can engage in a debate frankly and thoroughly, knowing that at the end he and the other side must be closer, and thus emerge stronger. You don't have that idea when you are arrogant, superficial, and uninformed. Our human compassion binds us the one to the other, not in pity or patronizingly, but as human beings who have learned how to turn our common suffering into hope for the future. Does anybody really think that they didn't get what they had because they didn't have the talent or the strength or the endurance or the commitment? There is no easy walk to freedom anywhere, and many of us will have to pass through the valley of the shadow of death again and again before we reach the mountaintop of our desires. There is nothing like returning to a place that remains unchanged to find the ways in which you yourself have altered. I stand here before you not as a prophet, but as a humble servant of you, the people. We pledge ourselves to liberate all our people from the continuing bondage of poverty, deprivation, suffering, gender and other discrimination.